right now we're talking with Pete Ackerman, the head softball coach at Oaks Christian. And Coach, first of all, let me tell you, congratulations. I think with all the hoopla going on over one of your players, your team has played very well, and you guys continue to roll through the tournament right now and won a big game last night.
Yeah, it didn't look like it for the first 6 innings. We were fortunate to get 5 hits and 3 runs in the top of the 7th and hold on the bottom, but that's what playoff games are like.
Let's talk about your one player that's getting a lot of national attention and also putting a lot of national attention on you guys, and USA Today and Max Preps all are rating you. Let's talk about Maya Brady, the freshman, of course, and the reason she's getting all the attention is because she happens to be the niece of Tom Brady. Can you tell us a little bit about Maya and how she contributes to the team?
I think the national attention is great for the media and things like that, but Maya's just another student who's a good athlete who's going to school here at Oaks Christian and involved with her school community and her softball team, and that's the Maya we know.
Yeah, I think it's just one of those things that gets overlooked is that besides being a niece to Tom Brady, she is a good athlete, and I think that people overlook that a lot. And sometimes they don't really see that she's just a regular kid playing softball and doing pretty well right now.
She's a 14-year-old kid who has got a lot of talent. It's easy to see why she's that good. She's got a lot of determination and focus on the field, and not just in games. She also, has that same work ethic in every one of her practices.
I've watched a little tape on her. She can hit, she can run, she can steal bases, and she can play in the infield. I don't think you could ask any more of a young lady, could you?
No, we can't. She's outside of what you just said. There's even more. She's an outstanding kid. Personally, she's humble. She does have all that natural ability. She's been an all-around athlete in other sports. She's channeled it to softball, which is her passion. But she's a well-liked and grounded kid. And when you can have kids like that, you just want the best for them.
I've been checking your scores through the tournament and all that stuff, Coach, and a lot of kids have been stepping up for you. Do they kind of like that at national attention a little bit? Because I know there's probably been a lot of people, and it's all over the press. They've got to enjoy that because that does give them a little attention too, doesn't it?
Yeah, our team, we're not a super powerhouse. We're a team that has some very talented kids in some positions, and we've got some kids who have learned to be talented. And, they step up their game, and they started that when we started practice. Yes, they like the national attention and, being part of this media frenzy that now is, come upon Maya. But the team's happy, and they've assimilated Maya as a teammate, not anybody with any notoriety or anything like that. And we've had other special kids that have gone through this school too. We're a high-profile school, and I would say that that's happened to all the celebrity and family kids of noted people.
And I think their talent is part of the deal because a lot of former great pro athletes have children that play sports, but they don't play as good as what Maya does in softball. So that just adds to that the fact that she's really good, and they can the national media can pick up on that. And I think it's really good for softball because it's brought a lot of attention. I know I've seen a lot of people say, wow, that's pretty cool,
Well, all they need to do is just turn on their television and watch the College World Series and see what an outstanding group of young ladies have managed to do in the sport of softball.
And is how has everybody handled all this? I think you're handling it real well as the coach. I mean, it's just part of the deal you got. But are the ladies handling this all right? Are they not the ones to worry about? It's more like all of us adults out there.
Well, the first thing that's really happened was you know, it was Maya's family, and I'm talking about her immediate family, her mother and sister, and you know, that not the uncle, you know, across the country. And they support each other in everything they do. You know, there's a sense of loyalty, and there's a depth of character there with them.
And the mom was a pretty good pitcher too, wasn't she, in her day? So she has a little bit of softball background.
I would go beyond saying pretty good. I'd say outstanding.
It's kind of nice. Is it kind of nice to have somebody like that around your program too? Because I know she actually does work in the stands while you guys are playing to get caught up so she can watch her daughter. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I was trying to hope that she could get her work done earlier, and then she could just come out and you know, our coaching staff's a little long in the teeth, you know, for the years we've done this, and you know, we could have a young lady who's been an All-American and everything else throw a little bit of batting practice, because you know, our arms aren't just exactly what is conducive to the game nowadays.
So, Coach, I thank you for taking the time today. It's pretty exciting, and in the long run, I think this has been just good for softball. Here in Illinois, we love our softball, but to see a young lady like this succeeding and having the extra pressure she has and doing very well, and a coach like you that takes it, it just kind of all rolls into a nice experience for everybody.
It is, and you know, I know exactly the community that you're coming from, and I couldn't be more agreeable with you about your softball community there in Illinois. I've gone to several tournaments back there, and as far as the hospitality and the friendliness of everybody in your town, I just was marveled about how the community rallies around the softball games.
Before I let you go real quick, how competitive is California softball? Because you guys basically can play about all year round if you want to, and you have great weather. Where here we fought snow, rain, and stuff like that. How competitive is it out there, Coach?
It's competitive, and I'm really going to figure out how competitive it is. We're going to go against Mission Viejo next Tuesday, who's rated number 3 under max prep.
Wow.
I think I think it's good and bad, this year-round softball. I've been around this game for over 40 years, and I don't think you need to play year-round. I think there's still kids developing and things like that, and I think it's just the new generation of some of the club balls and coaches and the urgency to get scholarships that these young ladies are being pushed without a whole lot of downtime and recovery time. And, you know, here at Oaks, we try to get kids involved in multi-sports. You know, softball to me is what I call a NASCAR sport. You know, while the kids are growing and developing, the young ladies, everything's a left-hand turn. And you know, you run to first base, you turn left, you swing, you turn left. This, you know, for the right-handers, you throw, you turn left, and it's important to develop the whole body, and I think that's why we see a lot more injuries in young people nowadays, is because they don't get out and do enough of the recovery time and playing other sports.
Do you think, just one last question, you're so fun to talk to, coaches. Was it more fun 40 years ago, though, a little more relaxed, or has it still that same thing for you right now?
I can make it pretty simple with you. The girls are the same in their personalities, but I think the parents are different.
I've heard that before, Coach. That's interesting.
And I think indirectly, I think the first thing a girl to develop and excel in her sport is she has to have a passion for the game.
Yes.
And if she doesn't have a passion for the game and that's forced upon her, I think that's why we have so many burnouts at a younger age. I mean, pre-high school and things like that. And, you know, and the amount of pressure that's put on them, you know, the I think by those kids playing year-round and having to do this all the time and not enjoy being a kid growing up both mentally and physically is really detrimental to the game.
Well, Coach, thanks so much for taking time out. Good luck against Mission Vallejo. Illinois people can't say it too well. Yeah, there we go.
Mission Vallejo.
Congratulations.
Yeah, there's some weird, it's not La Jolla. It is La Jolla, not La Jolla. and you have to get, you said this West Coast stuff is a little different. You're absolutely correct.
I appreciate you. You know what? I don't know if you're in the Hall of Fame out there, but you're in my Hall of Fame, and that's all that counts, Coach.
Well, you can send an email to my boss.
I will do that. I will make sure. So we've been talking to Pete Ackerman, the head coach at Oaks Christian, and you're listening to the StatelineSportsHub.com.